Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and spent some lovely time with your family. I hope you're all well and safe. Now, like me, you're probably all at home at the moment and you're thinking about the start of the new school term. But I want to tell you about some changes that are going to take place for some of you, because in London, unfortunately, the rates of coronavirus are still going up. And that means that the government have decided it's safer for schools to close in London for most children. So that means that you will do your learning at home. For some of you though, your parents might have jobs that mean they have to still go to work. And that might be because they are a key worker or what's known as a critical worker. So for you, school will be open and you will come into school. So I want to talk to you about some of the things that are going to happen over the next few weeks. It doesn't really matter if you're learning at home or in school, things will be quite similar. So in school, if you are a child that comes into school, there won't be many of you, probably around about 30 in every year group. So we're looking forward to seeing you in school, but it is going to be a little bit different. So some of you will have a different classroom and you'll have a different teacher. That's because most of the teachers will be at home teaching children from their homes. So there'll be one teacher from every year group who will be in school. So for all the children who are in school, you will all be in one class and you will have a teacher from that year group. So it might be a bit different for you. There'll be some different children in your class because children from across the year group will make up that one class. Now, if you're at home, you'll be learning online. So your teacher will set you work. If your teacher's in school though, you might have a different teacher and there might be some additional children in your class. But your teacher will still see you because they'll catch up with you online. They'll do some check-ins with you. They'll give you some feedback on your work. You'll probably have some story time with them. And maybe if you're in reception in year one, you might even have some live phonics lessons. You'll still get to see Madam Matherlarty and Miss Neil Smith, Mr. Thomas and Mr. Wynne, because they're going to teach you whether you're at home or in school via video teaching. So that will be good for you to see. So if you're at home, you've probably got used to this by now, but you're going to be using Microsoft Teams. So your parents have all of the details about how you can log into there. You might want to practice that before Tuesday, just to make sure that you can log in, and you'll have your class team and all of the work that you'll be completing during the week will be set on there. Your teacher will send you some links to that. If you're in school, then you'll be doing pretty much the same work as the children who are at home, just that you'll be doing it in school. So we're all going to use the Oak National Academy online classroom. So we'll be using this for our maths and our English lessons. So some of you might remember seeing this from when we were in lockdown before the summer. Well, it's a lot better now than it used to be. And there's some of the adults and teachers might be familiar with you, or there might be some new ones. But your teacher from Fielding is going to look at the lessons and pick the ones that fit in with what you're learning in school. And then they'll set you some work to do. So there'll be links to that in your Microsoft Teams account. So your timetable might look like this. This is 2P's timetable from just before Christmas that I've just borrowed. But you'll see that in here, Mrs. Tate has put some links into assemblies. She's put some links into some English lessons, some spelling lessons. So it will probably look a little bit like this. There's some reading activities too. You'll also have some RSHE work. You'll have some learning challenge work. So whether you're doing maybe history or geography, so look out for your knowledge organiser. And as I said, you'll have your PE, your French and your music. So that's your timetable for you to follow. Now you all have to complete the work, I'm afraid. It's not optional. You do need to do it, okay? You might need some help first from the adults to help you find your work and what you need to do, but it's in your class notebook. So when you're in your class notebook, look for your name. Can you see my name there? So that would be where I would be looking for my work and where I would be uploading my work. But your teacher's going to talk to you a little bit more about that anyway. And then I've got a little screenshot there of my calendar, because that's really important. So if you are learning from home, you need to make sure you're checking your calendar, because that's where your teacher will put links to the meetings that you're going to have with them. You'll probably have meetings with maybe 6 or 7 other children from your class and some of the other classes to talk about your work, to find out how you are and how you're getting on. So it's really important that you check your calendar. So as I said, you might have some video lessons. So here's Mr. Thomas. So some of you might remember some of the lessons or the challenges that Mr. Thomas gave to you last time that we had a lockdown. Well, it's going to be a little bit different this time, because you're going to have PE lessons, but you're also going to have music lessons and you're going to have French lessons. So they will all be provided by video link for you. Whether you're in school or you're at home, you'll get the same lessons. If you have EMS tuition, you will also have your instrumental lessons at home as well, and they will be via Zoom. If you do Reading Wise or you have third space maths tuition, you'll still get that. You'll just do it from home. And if you're in school, you'll do it in school. So not many changes there really. You've probably got used to seeing some of us on videos like this now anyway. I know each week you listen to me or Mr. Dunmore and you watch us with our weekly assembly. Well, we'll still be doing those too. So not many things are different. It's still working, but just working in a different way. For those of you who will be in school, we have to be extra careful about keeping safe. And that's really important, because we don't want to catch the coronavirus, because that means that we would have to be at home too. And some of us might get sick, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to make sure that we keep safe in school. The adults are going to be extra careful with distancing, making sure that they stay 2 meters away from you and each other. If you have a cough or a sneeze, make sure you do that into your tissue or into your sleeve, not in your hand. Stay in your own space in your classroom. That's really important, that you don't move around, and keeping your distance from one another as well. Stay in your own bubble, so that's going to be your year group bubble, your new class, when you're moving around school. So that includes play times and lunch times as well. That's really important. Remember, we're going to do lots of hand washing. I hope you've been doing that over the holidays. So washing our hands for 20 seconds. We'll do that lots. You'll need to bring your own things to school, just like you have been doing. So your pens and pencil cases, things like that. You'll use your school books as normal. And we're not going to be sharing stuff in school. And just a little reminder, because some of you got so good at this, but I know we've had a holiday, so a reminder that we don't touch one another. So that includes the games that we play at playtime and lunchtime. So yes, things are going to be a bit different. Some of you will be doing your learning at home, and some of you will be doing your learning at school, but you will all be doing the same things, and that's really important so that nobody misses out. So whether you're at home or in school, I really want you to think about how you use your fielding values. I wonder which one you think you're going to have to really draw on the most over this period of time. Can you think what it might be? Well, I was thinking of resilience. I wonder if you were thinking of that too, because when things change, we know that actually sometimes it's a little bit difficult. But if we're resilient, we know that we can bounce back and we can move forward. And that's really important, because at the moment, we don't know how long this will be for. It might be just for 2 weeks, and that's great. Then we'll all come back into school, back into our classrooms. But we don't know that yet. We have to wait and see. So that's why the value of resilience is so important right now. So whether you're learning at home or whether you're learning in school, we need to keep ourselves and each other safe. So we will check in with you at home or at school, and we will make sure that you're doing your work, because that's really important, that we don't miss out on our learning. But we'll also make sure that you're happy, because that's really important to us. So if there's anything that you're worried about or you want to share with us, you can use Microsoft Teams to do that too. You can put that on the classroom posts, and your teacher will read that and get back to you. So that's really important. So I know things might be a bit different for you, but we'll all work together to make sure that we get the best out of this opportunity that we can. And then hopefully we'll all be back in school together soon.